Once upon a time, there was a kind and gentle girl named Cinderella who lived with her wicked stepmother and two cruel stepsisters. After her father passed away, Cinderella was forced to become a servant in her own home, doing all the cooking, cleaning, and chores while her stepmother and stepsisters treated her poorly. Despite her hardships, Cinderella remained hopeful and kind-hearted, dreaming of a better life. One day, the king announced that a grand ball would be held at the palace, and all the young women in the kingdom were invited, as the prince was searching for a bride. Cinderella's stepsisters were excited and spent days preparing their dresses and accessories, but Cinderella was not allowed to attend. Her stepmother told her she could go only if she finished all her chores and found something suitable to wear, knowing full well that she had nothing appropriate. Heartbroken but not defeated, Cinderella tried to make a dress from old, discarded clothes. However, her stepsisters tore it apart just before leaving for the ball, laughing cruelly at her efforts. Left alone and in tears, Cinderella was visited by her fairy godmother, who appeared out of thin air to help her. With a wave of her magic wand, the fairy godmother transformed a pumpkin into a magnificent carriage, mice into horses, a rat into a coachman, and Cinderella's tattered clothes into a beautiful gown with glass slippers. The fairy godmother warned Cinderella that the magic would only last until midnight, so she must leave the ball before the clock struck 12. With a grateful heart, Cinderella went to the ball, where she immediately caught the eye of the prince. They danced all night, and the prince was completely captivated by her grace and beauty. Cinderella was so happy that she lost track of time, and when the clock began to strike midnight, she fled the palace, losing one of her glass slippers on the steps in her haste. The prince searched the kingdom for the girl who had lost the slipper, declaring that he would marry the one whose foot fit perfectly into the delicate shoe. When the prince arrived at Cinderella's home, her stepsisters tried to force their feet into the slipper, but it didn't fit. Cinderella, who had been kept hidden away, asked to try it on. The stepmother and stepsisters scoffed, but when Cinderella put the slipper on, it fit perfectly. She then took out the other slipper from her pocket. Realizing that Cinderella was the mysterious girl from the ball, the prince was overjoyed. He asked her to marry him, and she accepted. The fairy godmother appeared once more, this time to bless the union. Cinderella forgave her stepmother and stepsisters, showing them the kindness they had never shown her, though they had to live with the consequences of their cruelty. Cinderella and the prince were married in a grand celebration and lived happily ever after, ruling the kingdom with kindness and grace.